citizens and La La Land peoples. I am here to visit you. You are allowing me in your home, and I'm allowing you in mine, so we are being companions. So, I want to have a sip of my coffee. You know me and my coffee, right? Okay, let's have a sip of my coffee. Well, I'll have a sip of my coffee. You have a sip of whatever you are drinking. Mm, that's very good. So, today I want to talk about how to be a sexy senior citizen. Oh, come on now. Just because we've aged, don't mean we can't be sexy, right? Okay, so here's the thing. Excuse me. Yesterday was my birthday, and this is the last year that I will be in my 60s. Some would say I'm on a good number because it's 69. Anyway, so I want to tell you that just because you're a senior citizen with the gray hair and the saggy boobs and the droopy butt and the limp dick and whatever doesn't mean that we can't be sexy. Sexy is not just the appearance of our body. Sexy is confidence. You know, we have to have our confidence. After all, we've been around a while. We should be allowed to um, have that confidence and not let. I had to take these glasses off. The lights glaring in them. The younger generation, try to push us back in a corner, treat us like we don't have any intelligence. Make us feel invisible. So guess what I say to that? Because I don't need them. They can go on and know everything, but I know quite a bit. Now, when it comes to like the technology, the modern technology, I give that to them, you know. But I'm learning, and that's important. So let's have our confidence and let's stand tall. Okay. So we want to have that good posture. We don't want to be like this, humped over, and we got to make us stand tall. Put them shoulders back. Remember telling your kids, put those shoulders back. Stand tall. Be proud of who you are. Well, guess what? It's went in a circle. Now I'm going to remind you. Put them shoulders back. Chest out, shoulders back. Stand tall. Because when you're all humped over and everything, then you give the impression that you are a weak individual. You are a frail person. And in reality, you're not. You've just kind of like figured this. Oh, well, I'm older now, and I really don't see any reason to go on or enjoy life. And there are sexy senior citizens out there. Any senior citizens out there on the golf field or swimming or whatever, they are sexy as hell. And I love looking at them sexy senior citizen men. And I also like looking at the proudness of the women, the senior citizen women, being proud, taking care of their appearance, you know, having confidence to just get out there, right? So it's not that hard. It's not any different. Well, let me. I'll get back to that in a minute. The only difference with us being older It's the aging process. However, when we were younger, remember, we'd get up, at least this was me, and I'm sure there's a lot of women out there and the men, get up in the morning, you were young. We have to go to school, so we get up. We get ourselves a shower. We women put our makeup on. The guys, the young guys, comb their hair and they dress and they look themselves over to make sure that they look nice and maybe even grab their crotch and shove it up a little bit to make them look bigger. Who knows? I'm not a guy. But anyway, my point is that we took pride in our appearance. And just because we are seniors doesn't mean that we have to stop that. Mm-mm. Take pride in your appearance now. Continue taking pride in your appearance. Get up. Get a shower. Because we all know as we age, we might pee ourselves a little bit. Because, the aging bladder and everything else like that. That's a natural process for us. You know, we might have to wear pads to bed so that we don't get our bed wet. Doesn't matter. It's a hygiene thing. So get up, get yourself a shower, get fresh clothes, do your hair. If you're a woman, put a little makeup on. You don't need to put a lot on so you look like an old time streetwalker, but just a little makeup on, a little lipstick, and look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I look pretty good for my age. I'm proud of me. I want you to do this. I'm proud of me. All the things that I have overcome in my life, all the hard work I've done, and here I am. In my case, I'm going to say, and here I am, 69. And I look back at everything. There's the good, the bad, the ugly, But everything's a lesson. And if you're smart, you learn from them, right? So get up, get yourself a shower, put on fresh clothes, fresh pad if you're a woman, and if you're a guy and you have the droopsies too, just put on your Depends or your pad, whatever. This is the way of life, you guys. Quit trying to fool yourself and others, it's an aging process. So what? We don't have that bladder control like we used to have when we were younger. Well, heavens to Betsy, girls. We got out there, and I don't know how many children you had, but I had 3 big boys, and they took their toll on my body. But I wouldn't change it. I really wouldn't, because I lost one child when he was 5 months old, but I love my 2 sons. They're rotten like their mother. So, get up, look in the mirror, be thankful for everything that you do have. You have a home. You have, there's a song that I love singing. It's a Christian song. And it's called Thank You, Lord, for Your Blessings on Me. Yes, this old rotten girl here, she's ornery, but you know what? I'm grateful for a lot of things, and I have many blessings. So to be a sexy senior citizen, what I'm saying is get up, look in the mirror and talk to yourself for a minute. Look through those aging eyes and see the beautiful you as a youth, because you're still in there. It's just, you took on a different suit. That's how I look at it. And just do yourself up. Put on your deodorant. Put on a little perfume. You guys out there, make sure your fingernails are clean. Then, take your shower and make sure your balls are clean. Everything's clean there, because even though we're sexy senior citizens, you just never know. You might get lucky. But anyway, so that's one thing. So dress flattering too. Don't wear old slumpy, sloppy clothes unless you're out in the yard working around, and that's another story. But when you're out in public, do your hair, dress flattering. Just do a flattering outfit, something simple, but yet flatters you. Makes the world say, well, look at that woman. She looks really nice. Or that man, look at him. Has this, he's, oh God, has his tight-fitting blue jeans on. I don't give a shit how old you are. Tight-fitting blue jeans look really good. I mean, they don't have to be so tight that you walk around, but they're not baggy. And you have your nice t-shirt, white, whatever color you want, you know, maybe the little bit of the James Dean look. But anyway, what I'm saying is all senior citizens just take pride in your appearance and your hygiene, the way you smell, you know. Oh my God, there is nothing more sexy than a man that smells yeah. So take care of your hygiene. Also, don't be cooped up in your home like a recluse. See, I was doing that for a while. That's not good. That's not good. Get out there. Get out there and socialize. I don't care. You know, I go to the grocery store. It don't matter to me. I have the gift to gab. Yes, I do. But get out there when you're shopping, pushing your grocery cart around, you know, and see somebody, look over and smile and say, "Hi, how are you today?" That makes you feel good. It makes them feel good too. I mean, you know, every now and then you run into a crabby person that looks at you like, "Who are you?" That's okay. That's okay. Just go on and smile, and the next person come along, you know. I mean, unless they're like in line of each other, because then you're gonna look like a crazy person out there. "Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you?" Don't do that. Just, you know, go through the store, do your business, get what it is you need, but along the way, say hello to someone, because that person just might need that, you know. I could be one of those persons that you are saying hi to, and if you do, then I'm gonna say, "Well, hi, how are you?" And most generally, if anybody asks me how I'm doing, I'm always saying, "Oh, I'm doing great. I'm fat, sassy, and sexy as hell." Because that's my confidence, you know. I don't let people make me feel like, you know, because I'm not a size 10, you know, oh, hang on, this stupid phone is probably a telemarketer. Oh, yes, you know, it's a telemarketer. And I can't get the stupid thing to shut up there. It's a telemarketer. I get them too. Sometimes I play with them. You know, "Oh, I should have played with this one while I was on here with you." But anyway, I didn't. So shame on me. Maybe next time, right? And I want to put this on airplane mode. There we go. Hopefully it won't ring again, but I don't know. My phone's so weird anymore. So anyway, get out there and just, you know, socialize that way. Or if you like dancing like I do, I'm not, you know, saying that I do ballroom dancing. You know, I mean, I've done the jitterbug. I had an older gentleman teach me the jitterbug, and oh my God, that was so fun. That was so fun. And then, you know, when I was younger, I used to do the mashed potatoes and the dirty jerk, and you know, just whatever. Now I'm older, and if I try to do the dirty jerk, oh yeah, I'd jerk my spine right out, break my hips, and I wouldn't be able to walk for a month or two. Probably have to have surgery. But you know, we can still do the same things, only shift it, is what I'm saying. You know, get out there and dance, you know, or go to concerts. Oh, I do. I love concerts. You know, because you're getting your exercise when you go to, you know, concerts and stuff, because you're walking around and stuff. And then if you want a beer, you gotta walk, you know, the vendor wherever it might be, you know, or something to drink. It doesn't have to be a beer, but I'm just throwing it out there being silly. So get out and do that. And then let's see. I've already talked about that. And, you know, here's something else. Pursue your passions. You know, I wanted to go zip lining. I'm still going to do that. But having rotor cuff surgery put a stop on that for that year. It didn't stop it completely. It just for that year. So I've got to um, get that off of my bucket list. I've been to different countries, and thanks to my older son, he was in the military, and he and his wife, you know, when they like when my son was in the military. He was in Sasebo, Japan, so I got to go to Sasebo, Japan. I worked at Honda at that time and saved up money, and I made the trip, with a traveling partner. She and I went, and we had fun. Wasn't long enough, but we had fun. We learned a lot of different things and about that culture, and it was great. Then my son uh, taught for the Department of Defense, and so he and his wife flew me. They were stationed in Germany at the time. Flew me to Germany, and I got to experience that culture. Different, exciting, because I'm from a small town. There's nothing that happens here in this small town that's worthy of me. For me, this is my own opinion here, you guys. This is my own personal feelings. There's nothing here, that's exciting. I mean, the Bratwurst Festival comes in once a year, and even that, because I grew up in this town, it's not exciting to me. But, excuse me, to go see how other cultures live and the things they do, that's exciting. That's exciting. The old buildings there in Germany, um, the things that I was in Longish, Germany, just a very small village, with the church. I got to go into the church, and the church is, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Gold, gold, everything. They had statues and just different thing that was pure gold. The streets were brick, and their menus were in glass cases on the side of the building, telling what the wine, what flavors of wine they had in there, and the price of that. And it was so exciting. And I smoked at the time, but I had quit. I because my son and daughter-in-law didn't smoke, so there was no sense. And I wanted to run around with my little grandson. He's 3 years old. I didn't want to run around and try to hide somewhere and smoke a cigarette and still smell of cigarette. So I quit smoking. But they have cigarette machines attached to buildings. Yeah, go up there and put your money in, right there outside. I mean, it was interesting. I mean, the streets, the vineyards. I mean, it was all exciting. So see, those are things that what I'm trying to get out is get out and do something. If you have the money to do some traveling like that, do it. Do it. Just for the experience of learning something different, a different culture's way of living. You you'll be amazed on how it makes you feel. I mean, I've been to Japan, I've been to Germany, and I've been to Paris. I went to the Van Gogh art museum, and saw the paintings that Van Gogh painted. I mean, it wasn't something that I could do on my own. That was my son and daughter-in-law who provided me with this experience, and I thank God every day. And so get out there and travel a little bit, socialize. And then here's something else. Get into your hobbies. What makes you happy? Are you a fisherman? Did you used to really like to fish? Well, guess what? Get those poles out, clean them up, restring them, get out your tackle, and get yourself out there near the water and fish. You're getting your sun, you're enjoying, you're getting your exercise, you're enjoying something that you love doing, fishing. And if you catch fish, guess what? You caught supper. And if you are a person that likes riding bikes, I used to years ago, when I was a young girl, and all my parts of my body were in working condition, I used to ride my bike 25 miles a day after work. hmm Couldn't do that now. Shoot, I'd be lucky if I could just get on a bike to try to pedal. I'd probably pedal it out the driveway and fall off of it. Who knows? So that's why I like my trike. I get on it. I don't have to worry about it falling over. I mean, walking, swimming. Just get out there and do something that will get those endorphins going. Because if you sit in the same spot day in and day out, then pretty soon, your body gets weak because the muscles get weak. Your mind gets weak because you're doing the same thing. Why would your mind need to work? Because, you're not exercising it. Yes, it needs exercise too. I've always been a person that likes to learn. So I'm always learning all kinds of things. I mean, all kinds of things. So get on and do that. Practice self love. Okay? We have too many naysayers in this world that are very happy to put you down and make you feel like shit. Take a stand. Take a stand, my sexy senior citizens. Stand back up. The men out there, you were strong men and you made a living for your family. You took care of your family. You had a strong body, and Bob Seger brings Bob Seger to mind. Against the Wind, and also Like a Rock. Now, those two songs, Bob Seger is actually saying what it is. We age, at one point. Hey, I used to be able to do cartwheels. Do you think I can do cartwheels now? Nope, nope, nope. I used to get out there and dance all night long. Do you think I could get out there and dance all night long? Get out there and dance for a couple hours, mainly slow dancing so that I can cuddle up to some guy and smell his nice cologne, feel his strong arms around me. Yes, I guess I'm a prevert. So listen, my sexy senior citizens, listen to what I'm saying and take heed, okay? Show yourself love and quit dying before it's time. It's going to happen, yes, and we know that, but we don't need to sit and think about it. Live. Just continue living. If your older children want to treat you like you're dumb and like you have no sense at all, don't know how to take care of yourself or whatever, you know what? Speak up. I used to say, well, I'm not going to say anything because if something were to happen to my whichever son I was arguing with, and something were to happen to him, I'd feel bad. Well, hello, he's not worrying about making me feel bad. If he's making me feel like I'm incapable of living, then I'm incapable of taking care of myself. I live by myself. So, see, neither one of my sons have a right to say anything because they're not taking care of me. And if your children aren't taking care of you, paying your bills, and you're doing that, then it's time to just smile at them. Say, you know what? I love you. Male or female. I love you. Do you want me to interfere in your life? Because I'll guarantee you, male or female, they aren't going to want their mother. They don't want you to be a meddling mother-in-law. No more than you want them to be trying to tell you, after all these years of raising them to tell you how to live your life. Live your life. It's yours. It's yours. So until next time, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. And I hope that something I have said has encouraged you, because that's basically what my channel is all about, is encouraging my senior citizens and to remind my senior citizens that they are sexy. And you guys are. You're sexy. So if you find anything in here, of value to you, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Or, just pop in when you see me come up on come up again, go ahead and check it out. Okay. Anyway, I love all of you. Yes, I do. I love all of you, including my enemies. Have a good day.